Hello and welcome to Battle of Wits. I'm your host, Elspeth Wright, and I have not left my house in 3 days. Things aren't fun over here. With me tonight, I have Jason. Jason, how are you doing?
I'm good. Thanks, Elspeth. Things are just terrific these days.
Wonderful. Have you seen the outside world at all recently?
I did a Christmas display for the first time ever.
Ooh, very nice.
That's how great things are.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna decorate my mannequin for Christmas. I've decided because need some holiday cheer in here.
Yeah,
with me, it does. I also have with me Stephanie. Stephanie, how are you today?
I'm great.
Very good. Do you prefer Steph or Stephanie? I just realized. Steph? Okay, excellent. Hello, Steph. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, thanks for having me.
And I also have, rocking a wonderful mustache, Andy. Hello, Andy. How are you?
Hello. I'm very good. Thank you. I feel stupid now that I put my full name. I'm going to get doxxed. Everyone else just put my full name as well. Okay. Well, we'll get doxxed together.
Yeah. Only the host can put their full name. How dare you?
I'm just going to X out.
Negative 10 points.
Okay.
All right. With that, let's get started with the warm-up round. Okay, it is now time for the warm-up round. In this round, I will ask you some interesting questions, and whoever gives the best answer will get to the point. Jason, since you are on top next to me, you will go first. So, Jason, can you tell me, why was Russia late to the 1908 Olympics?
Sorry, repeat the year.
1908.
Yes, thanks.
That was before you were born. Right?
Well, because there was two incidences with the Russians and the Olympics that were very important. In 1908, the reason they were late to the Olympics was completely and utterly a weather thing that caused a massive problem getting to the Olympics.
Mm-hmm. What was the weather thing? You seem to know a lot about this. Could you explain?
I don't know much about the weather. It was basically snow, and so it stopped trains. Trains were shut down. Train yards were unopened, and that's really all I know about it.
Okay, very good.
They did make it and won pole vault.
Oh, so wouldn't that be a Summer Olympic sport?
Oh, right. That's why I asked you the year. Sorry, it wasn't.
Ice pole vault.
Yeah, it was. I meant to say skating.
Okay. Yeah, they won skating, just general. They skated really good. All right. Steph, what is your answer? Why was Russia late to the 1908 Olympics?
It's very simple. They had a really bad meal the night before. All the guys and girls went out, as Olympians do, the night before the Olympics, and food poisoning.
Just load up.
They were stuck on the toilet. All of them at the same time. Some of them had to use the sinks, the showers. It was a real mess.
Ooh, that does sound very messy. Do you know what they were eating that gave them such bad food poisoning?
Potatoes, weirdly enough. Yeah, you don't see that often with potatoes, but only in Russia, 1908.
It's a bad year for potatoes in Russia. I have heard that. Andy, why was Russia late to the 1908 Olympics?
Yeah, so I'm going to say 1908. It was actually specifically because Lenin, he didn't get the telegraph invite. He was a little busy with something called the Communist Revolution, is what I'm going to say. So they were changing some things up, and it got lost in the mail, the invite, and then they realized, oh right, Olympics. So then they finally showed up.
Very good. All very good, very convincing answers. You're all incorrect, but I'm going to give the point to Steph for that one. I liked it. I believed it.
Haters. So
it was actually because they hadn't switched from the Julian calendar to the Gregorian calendar yet. So they were using an entirely wrong calendar, and they were 12 days late because they were still using a different calendar. And the last country that actually, the last country to switch over was Greece, and I believe it was in 1921 or 23. I can't remember, but there were a couple years. Everyone's on different calendars. It's a great excuse to be late to things, really.
Can I be stupid and ask what the difference in the calendars is?
There's no Wednesdays.
12 days.
Wow,
12 days
12-day
is a
weeks.
lot.
It is, yeah.
Sorry, I got
having
mixed up about the
calendar.
Sorry, I got mixed up about the invite. I had my computer set to Gregorian or Julian, whichever the long one was.
Yeah. But it happens to the best of us, you know. It happens. Yes. All right. So all very good answers. We will begin with Steph this time with this question. Almost 163,000 pints of Guinness are wasted in a specific way each year. How are they wasted? What is the specific way?
Oh, it's for the famous Guinness brown white t-shirt, wet t-shirt competition. So it's
Gross.
so it's very simple. It's exactly the way you imagine it. They just instead of hosing themselves with water, women and men will just pour Guinness down their shirts. It's and then it gets brown and wet.
Yes, some nighttime brown. Yes.
Yeah.
I can smell that. Just like
it feels good.
body
Apparently
sweat
too.
and
I've never
Guinness.
done it, but apparently it feels really nice on the skin.
I've heard it's good. It's actually good for chest acne as well.
Yeah.
It just clears it right up.
Yeah, it's really
all right.
lovely.
Wow.
Andy, what is your answer?
First dates. No. That's just a joke. I would say.
So one thing no one's allowed to.
I'm gonna say they use it for vaccine testing because you know how everyone says that you can drink Guinness and it helps with colds. So I feel like they're trying it with every vaccine they develop just to see if that's the one that actually Guinness is effective against. So I'm gonna say that. Yeah.
All right.
Just a vial of Guinness just straight into the veins.
Oh, they're injecting it.
Yeah.
Wow. Jason, what is your answer?
It's the head. It's the head of the Guinness. It's the foam on the Guinness head.
Oh, okay.
And you waste it. It's wasted Guinness every goddamn year. That's how it's wasted.
All right, very good. I feel like you had a very logical sounding answer, and that sounds true. So I'm going to give you that point, Jason. You are all incorrect, though. So every year, and I do not know why people know this, but I found multiple sources that had this as a fact. So here we go. Every year, 163,000 pints of Guinness get trapped in beards and mustaches. So
that's so dumb.
Hold on. I'm going to drop some really stupid science on you. So studies found that 0.56 milliliters of Guinness gets trapped with each sip, and it takes about 10 sips per pint. So every year, and then they also had to think about how many people with Guinness or who drank Guinness had beards and mustaches. And this was a thing that scientists decided to study.
That's why we learn math in school. It's for problems like that.
I don't understand how that's considered lost beer.
Well, because you can't, unless you're like sucking it out.
Okay.
Yeah, unless you get someone to suck out the Guinness out of your beer.
Well,
Then that's probably.
I assume anything happens at these wet t-shirt contests they have.
Yeah, that's the second competition that they do after the brown wet t-shirt contest.
Mustache sucking.
Yeah.
When I was in university and I was poor, I just like find men drinking Guinness and walk up to them, suck it out of their mustages.
That's how I met my last 5 girlfriends. Yeah.
That's why Andy keeps the mustache. He just ladies love
they just walk up to me and they go, "Can I suck your mustache?"
Wow.
Okay, we have 2 more questions in this round. Andy, we will start with you this time. Why were sunglasses originally invented, and what were they made out of?
Okay, sunglasses. Well, this is an interesting topic because actually they were used mainly to make funny dog pictures because everyone likes putting sunglasses on dogs. So that was what they originally developed them for. And then they realized they actually had practical use blocking out sunlight. But I'm going to say fun dog pictures is my answer.
Fun dog pictures. All right, I like it. Jason, what is your answer?
I mean, these early glasses were created to guard against the sun, but they were made with special sort of glass that was sea glass.
Mm.
And
did
it
the
was
sea
for
glass-
that it was a fashion thing, but also it blocked out the sun, and it's sort of that's kind of how things went from there.
Very good. And Steph, what is your answer?
I like Jason's answers seem plausible every time, but he's actually wrong. The answer is that they were originally they were called sunglasses, SON, for someone's son, and they were put on the child, and they were made of leaves, very simple, so that the child couldn't see what the parents were doing. And then that kid eventually was like, this is great to actually block out the sun. My eyes are not burning all the time. So they decided to tweak the device a little to thin out the leaf so that you could see through it, but would still block out the sun. And he grew up to be miserable. The things his parents were doing behind his back were just horrific. Sad life.
What type of leaves would they use?
Banana leaves, like pretty big.
Okay.
It made for like quite the face. It's beautiful.
Okay, very good. I'm going to give that one to Jason. Those are all excellent answers, though, but yours did sound very, very real. So they were actually invented in China in the 12th century, and they were used by judges to mask their emotions when questioning.
Cool judge.
Yeah.
Poker face.
Awesome.
Exactly. Judges were the original poker players, and they were made out of a smoky quartz. It's just that's the name of my
I love
perfume.
a good smoky quartz.
Wait, I like this image of the judge who's just presiding over. You can't see anything.
Yeah, and his nickname's Smoky Quartz.
Yeah, that's a fun pun.
We have one final question in this round. Jason, we will start with you again. In 1992, nearly 30,000 of these were lost at sea. What were they? 30,000 of what were lost at sea in 1992?
That's 92 was the beginning of that when they started first noticing that giant plastic mess, and it was they were manufacturing, and I can't remember if they're shampoo bottles or hairspray bottles, but plastic bottles are being shipped across from Europe or from China, and they lost them. The boat went down. So all these plastic bottles.
Good answer. Steph, what is your answer?
I'm just gonna, Jason, it's pretty much that, except what the things were is that they were troll dolls, which were very popular in 1992 when I was a child.
What are they?
Just troll dolls.
Troll dolls.
Like,
I think you might be right.
So they from a distance, if you've seen the photos that were taken, you would probably mistake them for shampoo bottles, but actually they were troll dolls with like the hair was all wet, so you can't quite tell what they will look like. But they had unmistakably the little stars on their belly button. That's it.
Very good. Good answer. Andy, what is your answer?
I was thinking along the same lines as Steph, but I was going to say that 30,000 individual masks from Jim Carrey's The Mask for their merchandising plan was lost at sea. So actually that film took a hit at the box office because of that, because no one got their orders of Jim Carrey's mask from The Mask. I think it was 1991. 1993, I think, was coming out, and so this was 92, right? Yeah, I remember this.
It took a loss, right? It's like the number one movie of the year, but yeah.
Yeah, well, it would have been.
It actually came out in 94, but that makes sense.
Yeah, they were way ahead of their marketing plan.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it would make sense because you weren't born anyway, so you wouldn't know.
Yeah.
You wouldn't remember the
I was
story.
born in 1998.
I mean, you could look it up and read about it, but
It's not the same. Like, I experienced it. I remember it very vividly as a 2-year-old, but
Yeah. Those are all very good answers. I was going to give it to Andy, and then he got bullied, and I thought, maybe I shouldn't.
Maybe join in
Because
on
you got
this
bullied
fun
and
ribbon.
because your answer was also good. You get the point, Andy. So it was actually rubber ducks. You were all very close. It was rubber duckies were lost at sea. So a cargo ship in the Pacific traveling from Hong Kong to the US, one of the crates fell off and plummeted into the ocean, releasing 30,000 rubber ducks. And because of the different places the rubber ducks showed up, people actually learned a lot about ocean currents because they were found in Australia, in Alaska, and even in the Atlantic Ocean. So they got to go on an adventure, and I think that would be a great Pixar movie.
What fun!
Such fun. Who needs the ocean, right?
Or the next Trolls movie.
I think we all do.
It's true. At the end of our warm-up round, Jason is in the lead with 2 points. Steph and Andy, you have 1 point apiece as we go in to round 2, the What Does It Mean round. Now it is time for the What Does It Mean round. In this round, I will tell you a word, and you will also read it, and you will tell me what it means. It's quite straightforward. Our first word today is cherophobia. Cherophobia. Andy, we will start with you for this one. What does cherophobia mean?
Great. I actually know the answer to this one. Actually, this is the fear that hockey players experience when they're facing the Boston Bruins, specifically Chera. So we watch out for that guy because he's like 6'7", 400 pounds, and he's very scary. So cherophobia.
Very good. Good answer. Steph, what is your answer? What does cherophobia mean?
So cherophobia is the fear of tiny butt cheeks, like cherubs that you see in those Renaissance paintings. So it's just the fear of like tiny, cute little butt cheeks. I've experienced that fear once in a dream where I woke up and I thought the ceiling was made of tiny butt cheeks, and I was terrified, and I went to find my mom in her bed that night. Couldn't explain to her why I was scared because it sounds like a ridiculous fear, but there's a word for it, cherophobia.
Yeah, I mean, there's a phobia for everything, and that's understandable. Tiny butt cheeks can be scary.
Yeah.
Jason, what does cherophobia mean?
Steph's is closest. And only that the root of the word comes from the same place. But the definition I know from cherophobia, which has been passed on and told to me, is the fear of breaking up with clowns or jugglers or entertainers that day, circus oriented entertainers, and the fear of breaking up with them.
Very good. Those are all excellent answers. You're making my job very difficult.
Did you do that as a part-time job, Jason? That sounds like the most New Brunswick job.
No, but I had to go to a lot of therapy sessions with my mom when dad, the whole dad thing.
I don't know, see how that's related, but all right. Thanks for letting us know.
She couldn't break up with him.
He was I see.
Sounds like a healthy childhood. Steph, you get the point for that one. Very well done on all behalves. So, our next word is a metrocultist. A metrocultist. I really need to start practicing saying these words before recording, but I don't. A metrocultist. What does that word that I am definitely saying beautifully mean? Jason, we will start with you.
It is someone who is erotically involved with people in the CAA Auto Club. They help you on the side of the road. Sometimes they're hot. And then you get into
I get it. Yeah, that makes sense to me.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Steph, what does it mean?
I mean, Jason is right that it's a sexual thing, but it's actually, I'm just going to dissect the word for you. So amateur, which is an amateur, and then call, it's Q in French. So it's people who enjoy anal sometimes.
Jesus.
No, they're not professionals. They're just doing it as a hobby. Yes.
I forget the last word, but how does it affect people suffering from the last word that we just did with the small cherubic?
Oh. Well, I didn't want to point it out that all the words are related to asses because I didn't want to make anyone feel uncomfortable. But I would not recommend doing any sort of anal with tiny butt cheeks because that would be pedophilia, Jason. They're kids. Thanks for asking.
Finally, someone's letting people know about
that. Oh my God. Okay.
All right. Andy.
Okay, well, I don't know how I follow that one, but I think it's okay. So I'm actually going to try and answer this one. Amateur, I think, is based in amateur. So I think this is someone who's beginning their career as a cullist, which is to cull. I'm going to say like exterminator, like to cull rats or to cull squirrels. So they're an amateur at that. So an amateur exterminator is going to be my answer.
Very good. Very good. Andy, I will give you that one. Well done all around. So it's actually an insignificant or pitiful lover. So it's just someone who's bad in bed.
Hey, I think that sounds like my answer.
I was going to say, I finally found a word to describe myself. Wow.
Exactly.
It could have been my
put that
answer
on your
too.
Twitter bio. Sound very like, I'm an amateur cullist. Like, big word.
Yeah, I'd love to see that in like a Tinder bio.
Oh, I'm putting it in my Twitter bio right now. Because those
sapiosexual, amateur cullist, vegan.
You just gotta own it.
Exactly. Okay, we have one final word. It is Petrature. Petrature. Steph, what is Petrature?
It's a tiny dish that you can cook one egg in it. It's like a Petri dish, and it's made to cook one egg. And that's it. Okay. That's all I have.
Now, Steph, just a few minutes ago, you did say that all of these words were related to butts. So how is this tiny dish?
It's shaped like an ass. I'm so sorry. It's shaped like it's a tiny dish, and then the butt side of the dish, as you would say normally, is shaped like an ass, so that the heat is distributed in a way that the egg doesn't cook all at the same time. So you get like an uneven egg, which is what we all want.
Yum yum.
Yum yum indeed. Andy, what does petrature mean?
Oh, this one's easy. This is any literature or media involving petrification. So anytime someone freezes, like Medusa, or that Bible story where if they look back, they turn into stone, or that movie where they had the watches that froze time, that's petrature in action.
All right, very good. And Jason, what is your answer?
Petrature is an ingredient in
Go on.
It's an ingredient in a certain type of food mixture that you would get for your like a cat or dog that you own if that cat or dog is suffering from some sort of like a fissure, sometimes found in the throat.
They are related to asses.
Someone give him a bon appetit column.
So Petrature. I spent a lot of money on this.
Well, it paid off, Jason, because you get the point. But you are incorrect. Petrature means the pleasant, earthy smell after rain. So, you know, after it rains, I mean, it could smell like a butt fissure, I guess. You might be right.
I would describe that smell as sour.
Smells like New Brunswick, doesn't it?
Right. Welcome to St. John and B.
That's the provincial smell, right? The official.
Sour.
Yes.
Nakawik, New Brunswick has a real Petrature. All right. Excellent work, everyone. At the end of that round, Andy and Steph are tied with 2 points apiece, and Jason is in the lead by a hair with 3 points. But it is anyone's game as we go into our third round, 2 truths and 1 lie. All right. In this round, 2 truths and 1 lie, each of you will tell 3 stories, 2 of which are true, 1 of which is a lie, and we will ask you questions to figure out which story is the lie. Jason, because you are in the lead, you will go first. Please tell us your stories.
Just 3 in a row?
Yep.
Okay. Well, first thing is that when I was in high school, I was in a play. One of the bigger plays I had been cast in. I was within the high school, not as far as on the actual circuit of Broadway. And I was the main character in that I played this murder mystery, and I had to describe everything. I didn't want to learn my lines, so I didn't learn my lines. And then one day in rehearsals, about a month before the play was to go, the director stood up and said, "All right, Jason's ruined this entire play. We're canceling the season," and then they did. This was in high school.
Goodness, so many broken dreams.
When I was 8 years old, in New Brunswick, a shark attacked a boat in Shediac, and they described the shark in the paper. And I wrote the paper and said, that shark is not a great white shark. What you actually described as a poor beagle shark. And then they gave me an award as shark expert.
That's the most New Brunswick thing I have ever heard.
And then I also met Colonel Sanders. And went for a ride in his limousine.
Wow. These are all excellent stories. Let's ask some questions. Andy, do you have a question for Jason?
Yeah, I was wondering, do you put shark expert on your CV?
I did for my first job.
Do you think it helped or hindered?
I think it gave me a little bit of, like, hey, this kid's a celeb. My first job was at a Save Easy grocery store.
That would come very much in handy.
Yeah.
You never know. A shark could walk in, start fucking shit up. It happens.
I got to correct you on that. As a shark expert, that wouldn't happen.
Did you put mansplainer on your CV too?
Steph, do you have a question?
Did you get a lot of girls from the shark expert thing? Did you get a lot of attention from the ladies?
Well, let's just talk a little bit about what you brought up earlier, pedophilia. I was 8.
Yeah, you're still...
I was 8, and you brought up little asses, and now we're talking about this. I was 8. No action. No action from the ladies.
Oh, I said action. I mean, action for an 8-year-old, like holding hands.
Yeah. Tons. Okay, never mind. Sorry.
What newspaper was it in, Jason?
I don't remember. There was a Shediac newspaper.
Okay.
Probably
that sounds like that would. Yeah.
Let's just be straight about this. Those papers change names when no one reads them after 10 years. So maybe it was called the Shediac Wharf. I have no idea.
Okay.
Sounds a little sketchy.
All right. Yeah. Now.
And my cutout from the paper doesn't include the name of the paper.
You said you got an award as well. What was the?
It was just like
the key to the city.
It was just like a, you know, you would get like a when you go into a dollar store and buy those diplomas. That's
all okay. Yeah. See, now I'm back to believing you because that sounds accurate. New Brunswick. That's all you get when you graduate high school in New Brunswick. It's just like
shark expert. Yeah, there you go.
All right, Andy or Steph, any other questions? There's a lot to unpack here.
To follow up on Steph's question, did you ever use it later in life to brag to women?
Good question.
I mean, yeah, sure. Of course. I mean,
how would you bring it up in conversation?
It's conversation. If you're meeting someone and you're talking to them and you're like talking about your growing up and things that happen, like a lot of times I'll be like, usually I'm pretty aggressively like, what have you done? And then they test me and then I say, well, but you haven't done this.
And you also use the Colonel Sanders story too, right?
Yes.
I mean, yeah, for sure.
That kills at speed dating.
It's really good. People love it.
What are the details of the Colonel Sanders story?
My dad worked for this company called House of Hay that was the distributor for Kentucky Fried Chicken. Kentucky Fried Chicken, he was a marketer for them. And then one day, Harlan Sanders was at some sort of thing, some sort of meet and greet at a hotel. My dad took me there, and I met him, and then we went for a ride in his limousine.
Did he talk to you in the limo?
Not really.
What color was the limo?
White.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Checks out. Did he do anything in the limo? Was it just dead silence the whole time?
What are you getting at? This time I was 7.
Oh, you were 7? I know. I'm not implying that anything happened.
Just weird.
Don't love
Mr. Sanders.
He didn't really talk. It was just it was me, my dad, and this other guy. And my dad talked to this other guy. And it was, I mean, the guy was, I think he must have been like in his 90s.
Do you think
Who's the other guy?
Like someone that worked for him. I don't know.
Do you think the colonel was a matacalist or whatever that word was?
What was that again? What did we decide that was again?
He's a bad lover, right?
The colonel?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you get that vibe from him?
I don't know. Do you? You've seen pictures of his face. I doubt it. I'm sure he's great.
I think he's great in the sack.
He can hold a lot of Guinness in that.
Yeah, exactly. And he smells great.
Like that Jason at 7 years old is in a limo with Colonel Sanders. He's like, he looks like he's good at sex. That's all.
No, that's 2020. That's hindsight.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What about this school play? Tell us about that.
I was really into drama in high school, and I had been trying to get into in a part in the play, and I got a part in the play, but the play was a murder mystery, like I said, and I was kind of this butler, but he had like a lot of lines, and I didn't want to learn them, so I just kind of put it off until they canceled the play and blamed it on me.
You said you were the lead in the play?
I was not the lead, but I was one of the main characters. I had the most lines.
Okay.
I was going to say that doesn't check out with a butler.
Yeah, because it was one of those British kind of half comedy mystery type things, like a comedy of manners, but like a mystery. Like I can't remember the name of it.
So if you were really into drama, though, like, wouldn't you have learned your lines? Because I was also a big theater kid, and I just first second I got just sit at home. Because I didn't have any friends highlighting, learning.
I really liked it in the way I was like, how can I do this without doing any work?
Okay.
I was not. I thought the lines were a lot of lines. I did do other plays. It was just that one was too much. I didn't want to do it.
Was it because other theater kids were the only ones interested in your shark and Colonel Sanders story?
No, they weren't even interested, Andy. That's why I was in drama club.
Yeah, makes sense. That tracks.
True.
I think that checks out.
I think they're all true. All right. Do we have any final questions for Jason before we guess?
Were your parents proud of you for being a shark expert?
I mean, I couldn't answer that about my dad in any sort of situation, but with my mom, sure. Sure.
All right, Andy, final question.
I think I'm good. I think I know my answer.
Okay, go ahead and make your guess, Andy. What do you think is the lie?
Okay, I'm almost positive it's the shark one.
Okay. Steph, what do you think is the lie?
I was gonna go with the shark one too.
All
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Okay, that's 2 for shark. Jason, what is the lie?
Although I did meet Colonel Sanders, I never went in a limousine with him. Or spend any time with him.
Technicality.
Sneaky, but
well, I mean, I was already
Jason-
hang out with him.
I've seen the picture of you on Colonel Sanders' lap like he's Santa.
No, you've not seen it. That doesn't
I
exist.
definitely have seen that.
No, you must be going some of the.
I got it on the dark web. I know.
You must have got some links from Steph for something else. I don't know. What
No, Steph sent it. So check this out.
That's my no. I'm not gonna
yeah. So yeah.
Okay, moving along. Steph, what are your 2 truths and 1 lie?
Okay. Okay, so number 1, when I was a kid, my friends drew a picture of me getting flushed down the toilet and handed it to me to tell me they didn't want to be friends with me anymore. They're all happy stories. Number 2, I went on a date while I was in the hospital last year after I broke my pelvis. And my mom was there the whole time during the date. And sorry, I'm trying to read my life. In grade 6, I dressed up as Youppi, the Montreal Canadiens mascot, formerly of the Expos, for a presentation about how much I hate mascots. And then I wore it in the schoolyard and everyone kicked me. And then I had to go back inside and I was upset. They're all sad now.
I've been a mascot, and that story's very real.
2 traumas and another trauma.
Ooh. Ooh.
Kids attack
I
me.
got a good grade, though, so that's good.
Hey, congrats.
Thank you. Those are my stories.
Very good, very good. Jason, Andy, do you have a question that pops to mind? Okay, go ahead.
How well did you do in the presentation, Steph?
I did pretty well. I don't quite remember. I think I had a PowerPoint, but I was definitely the only one dressed up for it, so that's a plus. I've always loved dressing up.
Before you go past that, can I ask you what grade this was in?
I think I said grade 6.
And
university.
So what year was that?
I did dress up as a pirate in university for a presentation.
If we don't mind getting back to my question.
Jason's
Sorry,
the host now,
quick
guys.
question. I just want to ask a quick
Wait.
question.
Okay, so I'm confused about grades because I'm French. At grade 6.
That's fine.
I
Grade
think
6
is the grade.
it's the number
That's
is just
bilingual.
this. It's the same thing.
Right. Okay.
What did you get? How did you get? What kind of mark did you get on this project?
I got an A. I only ever got A's.
But you don't remember whether or not it was a what kind of presentation you gave.
No, I'm pretty sure it was a PowerPoint with like 5 slides. This was 2001, big year. For Andy, it's the year that the truth collapsed. But I remember it as the year I dressed up as Yuki in class.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think I had like 5 slides, and one of them was probably I hate mascots. They're creepy. I don't know why that would ever be what the topic that we were asked to talk about.
What class was this in? Did you say?
It was general, like 6th grade class.
General studies in 6th grade?
See, now I'm less inclined to believe this story.
It
was in my anthropology advanced course in 6th grade.
Just in general classrooms? Were you in prison? What's going on?
I don't remember. I assume it was like French, like the general one, the one where you do whatever, everything. Yeah.
We did French in my school, but in French class.
Is that the end of that story? I have a question.
Jason.
I have a question about the date.
Yeah.
What did your mom think of your date?
She thought he was nice, but she was doing that thing. She did that a few times actually in the hospital when people were coming to visit me, where she would be sitting in the corner reading something on her Kindle, and then she'd just like look up suspiciously. She thought he was nice.
When would she look up? Sorry.
When would she look up? So the thing is that my mom doesn't speak English, and the date happened in English, so she doesn't. It's not like she looked up at moments in specific that she heard something, and it's not like we would be saying anything inappropriate. My mom's right there at the hospital, but
that's also a scene in certain movies.
In what?
Also a setting and a scene in certain movies, so it would make sense that could possibly happen.
A hospital
with your mom there.
Yeah, and many movies happens in hospitals.
How did you? Had you been dating this person previous?
So we went on a date. We went on a first date a week before my accident. Okay. And the day of my accident, we were supposed to have a date. And while I was in the ambulance, I texted my friend. I was like, text him to say that I don't think I'm going to make it tonight. I didn't know that I was fully broken at that point. And then he suggested after a week or week and a half that I was in the hospital to come visit me. I was doing a little better. I was getting my catheter taken out that day not for the date. It's not like
same as any date with me.
I mean, I still wasn't wearing underwear, which is a pretty good second date setup. Broken pelvis, no underwear. Your mom's there. Good.
That's how I want to celebrate my honeymoon. Should I ever get married?
The picture that they flushed, you said they flushed a picture of you, right?
No, they did not flush a picture of me. They handed me a drawing of like me as a like character getting flushed down the toilet.
Like a genie be put back into its bottle.
Yeah, but it's a toilet and they're flushing me.
Are you still friends with these people?
One of them is
sorry, Assaf.
That's okay.
One of them is my cousin. So I see her from time to time. Yes, but
how
many
the other ones? How many people were in this group that handed you this picture?
This gang.
Yeah, it was 3 people.
3. Okay.
We were walking to school.
And did you take that as a threat that they were actually going to do it, or was it more just symbolic in your mind?
No, it was definitely symbolic because the word we would use when we would dump friends would be flush, to flush someone. So that was the slang that we used back then, and they just really wanted to get the message across that they weren't into me anymore.
Did they flush you, like so to speak, like stop being your friend after that?
Yeah. So I had to make a new group of friends. And turns out dressing up as Yubi, not the way to go.
Preteen kids are the scariest, most cruel humans on the planet.
Yeah, it's fun, especially when you're related to the person. Like, I'll see you at Christmas, I guess.
So was there any writing on this note, or?
I'm trying to remember. I feel like maybe something at the top.
Like a death threat, or?
No, I think maybe they spelled it out that they were flushing me.
That's how you knew it was you.
The drawing. Yeah.
Okay.
But it's not clear in my memory if they actually wrote something because I blocked it out.
What grade was this?
It was grade 6. It was the same year.
Oh, wow.
Mm.
Yeah.
Can I just ask one question? Like, what did you do
Um,
to deserve this? I mean,
to deserve it? I think I was fat.
okay.
As
I
someone
think,
who was fat
yeah.
in grade 6, that's
Okay.
I think that's what I did.
I
think
don't know. I'm still on their
I'm
side.
quiet.
Okay.
That's horrible.
Oh, sad.
There's no one meaner on the planet than middle school girls. So I'm still afraid of middle school girls because I was a chubby 6th grader. It's
Yeah,
scary.
I think my friends had a lot of fights about me being chubby.
There wasn't consensus?
No, I think the fact that I was chubby came up often as a reason for them not wanting to be friends with me.
Okay, so they weren't debating whether you were or not.
No, they're like, she's fat, and and I don't think I wasn't even fat.
No one never is. They just do.
All right. Any final questions for Steph?
Yeah, did those gang of friends become cooler in the school after
Everyone lifted them up on their shoulders.
they did it?
Got rid of that
That whole story is like, they seem cool.
I'm hanging out with them.
No, they didn't become cool at all. Yeah, they're pretty lame now. They I don't know, are married and have families. Nerds. Look at me, I'm skinny now.
Did you keep the picture? Do you still have
I must have flushed it.
You should send them each a picture of them being flushed and finally get your payback.
I would love it if you still have that. You're just
20
frightened.
years later.
Every morning you wake up and you look at it, you're like, God damn it.
This is why we fight. Put yourself in the
No breakfast.
All right. Let's do our guesses. Jason, what do you think is the lie?
Mascot.
Mascot? Okay. Andy, what do you think is the lie?
I'm going to agree as well. The general studies in grade 6, I think, is the detail that
Like I said,
makes
I've
the
been a
case
mascot. I can
fall
tell.
apart. Yeah, I'm going to say mascot as well.
All right, Steph, what is the lie?
The date.
Oh, well done.
Yeah.
2 points.
Yeah, no, I canceled the date because I couldn't get my hair washed.
Mm.
And then we had the date at my friend's place, still supervised by another adult, but not in the hospital and not my mother.
Very good. All right.
Sounds like a good
Andy.
date.
I was fine. I couldn't walk, so it's pretty good.
See.
The second you did no need to walk. All right, Andy, what are your 2 truths and 1 lie?
Okay, so first one up is that I am the reigning champion, a rib eater at Cocoa Beach, Florida's Sonny's Barbecue All-You-Can-Eat Ribs.
Wait, repeat that?
At Sonny's Barbecue, Cocoa Beach, Florida.
No, the beginning of it.
I'm the reigning champion of all-you-can-eat ribs, eating the most ribs at Sonny's Barbecue, all-you-can-eat, Cocoa Beach, Florida's location. My photo's on the wall for the feat of eating 30 separate spare ribs. So they came in racks of 12, and basically we piled the bones in the middle of the table like a bunch of dinosaurs. And I had 30 bones at the end. These were fat. Wow. These aren't like Baton Rouge or like steakhouse ribs. These are really fatty Florida ribs. So yeah,
all the other ribs are talking about them. They drew a picture of them being flushed down the toilet. They're like,
exactly.
These ribs are fat.
Those are gross. Those are out. I'm taking the ones that are probably 900 calories each. So that was my first one. My second one is my first job out of college. I was hired as an editor for pornography, where I grew this wonderful mustache. And I was, at that time, the youngest person in the porn industry. So I was the youngest person.
That's probably not true.
Currently in porn. Okay, well, Jason, this round's not done yet, so let me finish.
In the whole porn industry.
Legally speaking.
Legal porn. Let's stop with that tangent.
Yeah, Jason, I know you really want to jump in with your top picks of dark web links that you want to send us, but this is legally speaking. I was hired right out of Cégep to work in porn, and was the youngest person. And then the final one is that I have a third nipple.
Mm.
Yeah, there's no backstory there. Just a fact of my anatomy.
All right. Let's ask questions.
Okay, so were you hired like a minute after you turned 18 or whatever the legal age for pornography is?
I had turned 18. So if you count technically by the time I was in the building, no, but I remember I celebrated my 18th birthday, and I met a guy at a bar that would then recommend me to that job.
Because I feel
like
like
very soon after.
Because I feel like I've watched documentaries, where people are like celebrating their 18th birthday by doing porn.
Yeah, but that's fake in the porn. We have writers who write those storylines.
No, but I meant an actual documentary.
Well, I mean, that's possible. I'm going to say, okay, the statement is I was most likely the youngest person working currently. No evidence of the fact, but like my manager at the time would say, yeah, you're probably the youngest person working. Definitely in the building, yeah.
Was that
that statement has changed so much?
Well,
it went from you're the youngest person in porn ever to now your boss just being like, yeah, probably in the building.
Okay, let's not count. That's a different class. Performers are a different. Sex work is just so much harder than what I was doing. So let's just not even count that. I'll just say in the production side of things, the youngest.
That fact has changed.
Sex work is harder than whatever I'm doing.
True.
What were you doing?
I was a video editor, so I worked on several titles because, The Twilight Bone was me.
I love that one. Great feature.
And I got to be the voiceover for certain scenes when they needed like a radio show host or a strip club.
I thought you sounded familiar.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
Wait, can you tell us one of your famous lines?
One was, please welcome to the stage, Crystal. And then Crystal walked on the stage. She was one of the characters in the film.
What kind of stage?
It was a strip club.
Yeah.
All right. What was your third story?
That I have a third nipple.
All right.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Where's the third nipple?
It's below my right nipple. About an inch.
Could you point at it? Could you poke it?
Can you feel things on it?
It's not as sensitive as the other two, no.
Do you like?
I thought it was a birthmark for a while. It's quite smaller than the other nipples, but it has a tip to it. What do you of the nipple itself and a small areola.
Oh, you're small areola nipple. And how did you discover it was a nipple then, not a birthmark?
Well, like I said, I thought it was a birthmark at first, and then when I looked closely and observed it because it's on my body, so I've had time to do that. I witnessed an actual nub, the nipple part, you would say.
So what did you do with your day after that?
Celebrated.
You got it pierced? Did you go get it pierced?
I came here to do the show. This was earlier today.
Wait, how old were you when you discovered that?
Like, this is the thing. I think it grew on me, which makes me a freak, but I don't think I had it when I was younger. I probably should.
It sounds like a disease to me.
It could be melanoma, but I think I'm quite proud of it. I don't want to get it removed. No, I probably would have discovered it, let's say maybe 10 years ago. where I was like, oh shit, that's a fucking third nipple.
Are you trying to tell us you caught it?
Yeah. Well, I don't think it developed. Like, I think it was after puberty that it developed.
Is it like one of those twin things that are like absorbed? Do you think it's has something to do with
that? Yes.
It sounds from the timeline that you discovered it at the same time that you started working in porn. Is there a link between the two?
Probably all of the computers running nonstop pornography with the radiation, maybe. But
did you ever consider using that in your career in porn as the youngest ever person in pornography?
No, I mean, if I was a performer, I definitely would have probably used it as my calling card, like Andy, the third nipple.
Connect the dots.
Do you ask?
I'd be in the Connect the Dots porn film where like.
Are you worried about getting more?
Yeah.
I'd welcome them. More nipples, the merrier. I think nipples are beautiful parts of the body, and I don't think I should feel shame for them, Jason. If that's what you're implying.
Did you think
with that face?
Yeah, but do you feel like there's a limit to how many you should be proud of?
How many nipples? I'd say 40. You start to have an issue. Yeah. It starts to become distracting.
That's a lot of
if
nipples.
You're covered in nipples,
oh
yeah, I think that would be a problem.
Wear soft clothes.
I have another question about the nipples.
Mm-hmm.
The nipple. Do you ask women to touch it?
Do I ask women to touch it?
Or men? Do you
so it's
ask
less
people,
sensitive.
in a sexual context, do you ask people to...
Oh, Steph, I understand the context. I wouldn't say I seek it out, but I don't mind it. It's less sensitive than the other two, so it's not my... This is getting... Woo! Yeah.
All right, so back to those ribs, eh?
Right below the third nipple.
Yeah. Under the nipple, you have ribs. You ate a lot of ribs in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Why were you in Florida?
I was there for I was going to say grade 6, a secondaire 5. It's their senior year of high school's trip.
Okay.
Spring break. It was a spring break trip to Florida. And we took a detour to Sunny Beach because we heard, not Sunny Beach, Cocoa Beach's Sunny's barbecue, all you can eat ribs, because we heard we could eat all you could eat ribs. And we had a rib eating contest. And the staff there said, oh, no one's ever done this. Do you want your picture on the wall, I guess? And
did they say no one's ever done this? Or were they like your boss and they were just like, I don't think maybe anyone's ever done this?
They were like, no one has this this much I don't know, arrogance to think that you could do this in a safe way. But they're like, go for it, man. It's all you can eat. And then when I finished it, they were impressed. They're like, let's take a photo of you, put you on the wall. And so they started the wall with my face on it. And I say that I'm still the reigning champ because I don't think anyone else attempted that. I think it was a special circumstance where like 6 teenage boys walked in with their morality teacher who's like, yeah, I'll play with you guys. And we bet money on it too. So I won like $100.
It seems to me like half of your like 2 truths and a lie are slightly lies. All of them.
I think you wanted this round.
What I'm wondering is with the porn one, you said I was the youngest, and then you're like, well, maybe. Is it the same situation with this? Like, did you actually eat that many, or is it like you're not sure? Someone's just trying to get rid of you.
He's not even sure about his nipple.
I know.
Can we ever be sure about anything? Truth is subjective.
Oh, great. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. Someone just saw the Joker.
Okay, I'll switch one of them out for 9/11.
All right. So let's make our guesses.
Good spot to cut.
Jason, what do you think is the lie?
100%, I believe it is the nipple.
The nipple? Okay. Steph, what do you think is the lie?
I'm going to go with the nipple as well.
All right. Andy,
other than the fact that they're all lies, actually.
Yeah.
So.
They're not all lies, and I'm not going to show it, but it's the porn. I was 19 when I was hired, and there was someone in the building who was 18. And so I thought, missed it by that much.
Wait, which one was the lie?
The porn.
The porn.
I wasn't the youngest person. I did have the job, but I wasn't the youngest person.
Can we see the nipple?
No, definitely not. I don't know, Elspeth. Can we show nudity on this?
If you feel comfortable showing your nipple, you can show your nipple.
Okay. Here we go, folks. Let me just get settled here. There it is.
Ah!
1, 2, 3.
It sounds
another
like a
one.
mole you need to get checked
It
out.
looks like a
No, it has a nub on it. No more have that.
I'm not a doctor, but you can get that
Wouldn't this be
checked
a
out.
great thing if like we just discovered I had melanoma and you saved my life on this show? That'd be fun.
I think that's what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, until then, I'm calling it my third nipple, and I'm proud of it.
All right.
So
You guys aren't good at body shaming.
all of them are lies.
No, the other two are completely true.
Well,
We saw the nip.
The
What
nip
he
is
thinks
true.
the nipple.
let's just be fair.
repeating
At least in
concept
this
is
one,
true.
he's lying to himself.
Yeah.
Aren't we
We've
all?
all lied to ourselves about health issues before, so it's fine.
Okay, wait. Here's another lie. I have two friends named Jason and Steph. There's my lie that I've discovered tonight.
All right. At the end of that friendship ruining round, Andy and his former friend Steph are tied with 4 points, and Jason is still in the lead by just a little bit with 5 points. We have 2 rounds left. Now it is time for the how much round. In this round, I will show you beautiful things I found for sale on the internet, and you will tell me how much you think they cost. To begin, I found this wonderful peg rat with baby doll legs. It was actually found by my friend Monica Hamburg. Thank you, Monica. She sent this to me. She found it on eBay. And yeah, it's a peg rack. Wait for that one. It's a peg rack with baby legs. The description, as described on eBay, is direct from artist, made from salvage materials, strong enough to use. Amaze your friends and relatives with your distinct style. You almost want to tickle those toes to hear a giggle.
So Jason posted this.
Jason,
Why?
how much are you selling this for on eBay?
I mean, that's an easy, I think $19. $19. $19, because I think you make about $10 off that.
All right. Steph, how much do you think this peg rack with baby doll legs is?
25. That's what I'm going for.
5. Okay, and
So mine
Andy.
with tax.
This reminds me of that poem where it's like baby rack never used. It's very creepy, but the fact that you said artist makes me think that they fancy themselves as one. So I'm going to say it's going to be higher. I'm going to say it's like $33.
$33.
Yeah, they think it's worth a lot.
All very good guesses. Andy, you get the point.
Whoa.
I know
But
art
you're
when I
all-
see it.
Can he
You're
lose the
all-
point for mentioning that thing was a poem and not actually a short story? Come on,
Jason
Andy.
loses the point for being pretentious.
Finally.
It was actually priced at $130.70.
Oh, that's too much.
Well, if you could practically feel like you're tickling them, then I guess it's worth it.
Yeah. You
I
can
kind of
hear
want
the
to tickle
giggle.
them now.
There are baby ghosts trapped inside the
Yeah.
legs, and they giggle, so it's worth a lot more. Let's move on to our next item.
Oh my god.
Hey, cutie. So this is Creepy Cute Creature Candle, and it is from Etsy.
So
The
it's
description
eyes.
reads, here's my little creature candle with rose quartz eyeballs and stretched ears. This little cutie is perfect for setting your intentions or just a bit of love, or just to add a bit of love to your life. I mean, that it does look like my love life, so I get that. How much do we think this creepy cute creature candle is, Steph?
200.
200. Okay. Andy, how much do you think this little guy is?
Like they have a poison book, so I guess I'm gonna say like no, I'm gonna go lower. I think it's like 45.
45. All right, very good. And Jason, how much do you think?
$59.99.
$59.99. Very good guesses, everyone. This guy is actually a steal. And Andy, you were right on the nose. It is $45 on Etsy.
Wow.
What does it say about me that I would pay $200?
That you practice chaos magic? Like,
Steph, did you think you were bidding on this?
Wait, I don't think I got the game right. Sorry. If I can't get it,
yeah,
I kept measuring it
these
just to make sure it fit in my apartment. 2 inches.
Phew. Okay, we have one final item for you this evening. Oh,
it's slightly larger.
Yeah, it's
45.
This one's 3 inches long.
That changes everything. Okay. Everyone, say hello to Tony. Tony is a haunted little.
Oh no!
Tony is a haunted little boy and bear doll. He is 16 inches, creepy, and handmade. He is also from Etsy. Let's hear Tony's story.
No.
This doll is hand sculpted, one of a kind. He's a shy little fellow with a stuffed bear. He would love to find a new home, though be careful not to separate him from his bear. He does not like that at all. And will come looking for it and whoever took it.
What?
Tony!
No.
He's kind of handsome in that one.
Yeah.
That's a really threatening.
I don't know though.
eBay.
He looks like Stephen Miller, like the guy in the White House. It's like announced.
That's it. I've been trying to figure this out. That's exactly who he looks like. Well done. All
He's
right.
a photo with the bear again?
Yeah.
Yes, one moment.
And is it possible to get that? Is it possible to get that measuring tape dropped back in?
They
How big is he?
said 16 inches, right?
16 inches. So
Oh wow!
The bear
big.
looks like from a different era.
Yeah.
Was
different
this
bear.
doll found in rubble in World War II in the Netherlands or something? I don't.
The doll found
I mean,
in Baby Lake, the first project.
Oof. I mean, does it have a receding hairline? How old is this thing supposed to be?
He's a sweet
Great
little
joke,
boy.
Jason.
He's been through some stuff. Okay, Jason, let's not judge his receding hairline.
So he's hand painted.
Yes, he is hand painted.
Is he hand formed?
He's
Back on
wooden,
this
so I
cherub
think
talk,
so,
huh?
yeah. Yeah, he's hand sculpted and one of a kind.
Yeah, what does his butt look like? Because that might change the price, right, Jason?
It's a tiny,
Depends on what you like.
tiny butt.
I just want Chris Hansen to join this phone call.
Yeah, I feel unsafe. How much do we think Tony is? Jason, how much do you think Tony costs?
In dollars?
In dollars.
No, in rubles,
Dollars.
Jason. In Polish marks, where he was born.
Holy shit. Man, oh man. I'm gonna say what? What is that head made out of? It's gonna be like
Clay?
I'd say like I'm gonna go $350.
Oh, that is your highest bid of the evening, Jason. And
I think it's
am
Extra
concerned
for
for you.
ghosts.
I think it might be made from things that are worth money.
Okay. Steph, how much do you think Tony is on sale for?
I'm gonna say 200. I think that's a good price for anything.
Yeah, okay, very good. And Andy, how much would you pay for little Tony?
The craftsmanship is undeniable, but I think it's a little bit lower. I think it's like 143.
Andy thinks that it's a third nipple too.
Great.
We have a follow-up question. Is this a third nipple?
Yes.
Okay, then I stick with my answer.
Okay. All excellent guesses, but Tony, Haunted Little Boy, and Bear are an absolute steal on Etsy for $65.
Whoa.
So Andy, you get
What
that
is
point,
wrong
and
with
you
me?
swept that round.
Yeah, you know what? I had my run on Antiques Roadshow.
Well done.
Wow.
Okay, at the end of that round, Steph has 4 points, Jason has 5 points, and Andy is in the lead with
23.
7 points. But, my friends, it is now time for the lightning round. In this round, I will ask you rapid fire questions. And whoever I hear answer correctly first will get the point. Are you ready for the lightning
Yes.
round? 1 point to
1
Steph.
point.
All right. Rolex specializes in making what type of product?
Watches.
Watch this.
What is Australia's currency?
Australian dollars.
Good. All right. Who starred as Lucy in I Love Lucy?
Lucy.
Lucille Ball.
Full name. Jason. Who wrote The
Close.
Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe?
Oh shit.
J.K. Rowling's cousin.
C.S. Lewis. What
Thank
is
you.
the 6th letter of the alphabet?
F.
F.
Good job. What character was once considered the 27th letter of the alphabet? Jesus Christ, that was a hard one.
What character was?
It used to be considered.
Why?
What?
Ampersand. What's
No.
10 times 10?
100.
Fuck.
Good job. One fish, two fish, red fish.
Bluefish.
Good job. Which country gifted the United States the Statue of Liberty?
Paris. France.
What is
Sorry, I
the
was
longest
thinking-
river in South America?
The Amazon.
Amazon.
Good job. That is time up. Well done. Let me tally your points. If you have anything you would like to plug or just any final words to your competitors, you can say them now. Andy, what are your final thoughts?
Well, Paris is a beautiful country. Did you say what to plug? Like things we're doing?
Yeah, do you have anything
I'm not doing
going on?
anything right now. Everything's on pause here in Toronto. But Dimitri Kiers and I, my comedy partner, we started a Twitch channel. If you want to watch us play video games, at twitch.tv/FrankMythic. Yeah, so
Very
check that
good.
out.
Steph, any final thoughts, parting words?
I know I'm gonna lose this by a lot, but I feel fine because I have other things going on in my life, and I don't base my worth on winning things like
I do.
you guys. So that's fine. Anything to plug? Wait, what day is it? Wednesday? On Friday, I will be on James Mickey's At Home with James, coming up with fake Hallmark movies for Christmas. So
Ooh,
that
that's very
could be fun. It will be fun.
Very nice. This will not be out by Friday, but good to know.
Oh, shoot.
Go
I'm
back and
there
watch
every
the
Friday.
recording.
Yeah.
Oh, is that, okay, perfect. Jason, any parting words? Anything to plug?
Yeah, I have a show every second Sunday at 12:30 Eastern called Records Ranked on Facebook Live, where myself and a friend of mine from Victoria, BC rank records in the order in which we like them. And I just want to tell everyone here, guys, I love you. It was just a game.
Whatever.
If
The
he was
tears
winning
were
right
real.
now, he would not have said that.
Yeah. I'm just going to go.
Yeah. All right, everyone. That was a fantastic game. At the end, such a surprise. A real upturn. Is that the word? I don't know. We have a tie for last place. Jason and Steph. You have 6 points each.
What a way to.
I'm tired for last one.
We have a tie for the losers.
We can both use that on our TV stuff. Both of us.
Yeah, shark expert and tied loser.
And old three nipple Andy over here.
Woo!
In first with 12 points. It was a
Wait, what was
remarkable
the tie at the what
you
did
did
Jason
6 points each. So
-5.
But that was a fantastic job. Thank you all so much for watching. And yes, thank you all for being on. And thank you for everyone at home for watching. Please like and subscribe and share so that more people watch this show. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Elspeth.
Thank you.